Do you have any indication about where David is right now?
Guys was going past this one cell. So when he yanked the door open, they just throw the cups of boo-boo in there on him.
David's life behind bars may have just flipped upside down after shocking new evidence came out during today's court hearing. Prosecutors laid out new details that, according to them, pull back the curtain on what really happened. One reaction online said, "Just want to say good luck to David going back to his cell block after this court hearing. Once inmates hear this stuff, he's gonna be cooked." That comment hit hard because the court claims David allegedly bought supplies through Amazon and Postmates as part of an effort to cover things up. In court, prosecutors also claim David allegedly removed Celeste's left ring and pinky finger because one of them had a tattoo of his name on it, and those fingers were never found. Under the reported fake name Victoria Mendez, court records say he ordered 2 chainsaws, heavy-duty laundry bags, a blue inflatable pool, and later even a burn cage. That burn cage purchase on July 7th, 2025, now has people connecting major dots, especially after police reportedly found the incinerator months earlier.
I've been wondering just what it was that a private investigator named Steve Fisher found inside David's home when he was given access last October. The PI reported seeing, quote, items you would expect to find on a farm rather than in a home in the Hollywood Hills. And today, we are learning about one of those items.
Prosecutors now claim the burn cage and incinerator were allegedly part of an effort to destroy the tools connected to what happened to Celeste. A private investigator reportedly revealed that an incinerator capable of reaching temperatures as high as 1,600 degrees was found inside David's home, and that detail has raised serious questions. What makes this even wilder is that the type of incinerator allegedly purchased is normally used on farms and, according to reports, cannot legally be owned by an LA resident without a permit or a registered farm. That means investigators believe someone may have used false farm paperwork just to get it delivered. Court records also brought up an old live stream where David reportedly spoke about how he imagined his own downfall playing out, and investigators are now looking at those words in a whole new light.
That surgery will probably give me mental problems. I already got them. Give me more. I'm trying to get electric chair. I think that's the best way to go out, electric chair.
With these court revelations now out in the open, reports say David has been classified as a higher risk inmate, which means tighter restrictions and stronger security measures behind bars. That change could seriously affect how he spends his time in custody. According to reports, David's current jail situations, being held in a segregated single cell, escorted from his cell to shower, which he is allowed every other day, only allowed to make phone calls on the day that he showers, getting 3 hours of rec time with fresh air per week, no access to a TV, cannot have visitors at this time, reportedly has no money on his books. Those conditions paint a rough picture of what daily life now looks like for him. One law enforcement source reportedly described the facility as dirty, harsh, and chaotic. At 5 feet 5 inches and 125 pounds, as listed on his arrest record, David is entering a system known for being intense and unforgiving, especially for high-profile defendants facing serious charges. It's a massive shift from the luxury lifestyle and wealth he was known for on the outside. On top of everything else, David is also facing a major change in basic daily life, right down to the food. According to reported jail meal records, inmates are served a simple menu most days, including macaroni and beef, an apple, 8 ounces of milk, and a peanut butter granola bar for dessert. It's a huge difference from the expensive meals and comfort he was used to on the outside. Reports say David has now been transferred to the men's central jail in LA County and is being housed in solitary or protective isolation because of his public profile. Some people online believe celebrity status can make jail easier, but former corrections experts say strict jail routines apply to everyone, no matter how famous they are.
How are defenders and treated in prison? They got treated bad. I didn't know what was going on. I didn't even think nothing about that. I just know that it was like every 15 to 20 minutes that went past, guys was going past this one cell, and it'd be like, there's 3 of them. One of them would grab the cell door and be on this side like this, and then the other 2 would be on this side. So the one, and they did this like every 20 to 30 minutes, like clockwork.
One viral comment read, "Even with David being placed in solitary confinement, he will still get his 1 to 3 hour rec time per day." That sparked a lot of discussion about how inmates in high-profile cases are often closely watched and recognized by others in the facility. Former inmates familiar with the jail have explained that information about charges can spread quickly from cell to cell, which can shape how someone is viewed inside. For David, that means every day in custody could come with intense pressure and constant attention.
And this one yanked the door open, and the other two on this side had cups full of and boo-boo. So when he yanked the door open, they just throw the cups of boo-boo in there on him, and then boom, close the door, lock it on him. You know, so that was crazy. But and then some was getting jumped on, some was getting slapped, extorted, some was having to do favors.
The official charges against David are now at the center of intense public attention, and the case keeps getting heavier. Prosecutors allege the crime involved a sharp object, and the list of charges is serious. Court documents show that David is dealing with several major criminal counts, including claims tied to financial motive, stopping a witness from speaking, lying in wait, and additional accusations related to what prosecutors allege took place after Celeste lost her life, as highlighted by Jesse Weber of Law and Crime.
First of all, we suspected that David would be charged with murder after that was what he was arrested for, and in other court documents that came out a couple months ago, we know that he was being investigated for murder. But first-degree murder with special circumstances? Lying in wait to murdering a witness as part of an investigation? Murdering for financial gain? And now facing the possibility of the death penalty, even though it's my understanding there is a moratorium in California. That is a huge deal.
What makes this case even more explosive is the amount of evidence prosecutors say they've gathered. Investigators recently uncovered new evidence, including text messages that allegedly show Celeste telling David she intended to report everything to law enforcement just days before she lost her life. That discovery has added even more pressure to an already intense case and sparked major reactions online, including from DJ Academics.
They're saying that the Celeste girl, maybe she was already talking to the cops, like, yeah, this creep is, he on me. Now, granted, who knows if David was trying to leave her or whatever the case is, but look like she would also try to threaten David with that to say, yo, I'm about to go tell on your, right?
David's legal team now faces a massive uphill battle as the court reviews all of this evidence. After bail was denied, David's family released a statement saying, "We are disappointed but not surprised that the district attorney made this decision." His family says they stand behind him completely, but David's own courtroom reaction reportedly showed the weight of what could be a life-changing legal fight ahead.
Which already he should have knew that he's doing something wrong. Well, I mean, he should have knew of GP, like, she's f***ing gang. But she would, allegedly, according to this complaint, she had threatened that, I could ruin your music career or something like that.
Courtroom observers say the mood shifted fast when the judge began reading David's charges, and all eyes were locked on his reaction. One report stated, while the judge was listing off David's charges, the famous singer was seen with an open mouth as if he was surprised and/or yelling. The tension reportedly grew even heavier when the judge mentioned the possibility of the maximum legal penalty, leaving the courtroom stunned. Then it was David's defense team's turn to speak, and they pushed back hard. In court, his attorney stated, "We believe the actual evidence will show David Burke did not commit the crime, nor was he the cause of her passing." They also requested a preliminary hearing within the state's required timeline, saying they want all available evidence brought forward as quickly as possible. As David entered his not guilty plea, reporters noted that he appeared visibly nervous, with his eyes moving around the courtroom while listening to his attorney speak. According to reports, his legal team is now pushing for a full preliminary hearing, and grand jury transcripts are expected to play a major role. His next hearing is set for April 23rd, but one big question still hangs over the case. Why did the arrest take so long to happen in the first place? Investigators later gave an explanation for why David's arrest took so long, and the answer raised even more questions. According to reports, authorities had been monitoring multiple devices linked to David through court-approved surveillance, collecting communications and building their case over time. That meant investigators weren't rushing. They were gathering as much evidence as possible before making their move. But that reportedly wasn't the only reason for the delay. Sources say investigators were also looking into people close to David and working to secure witness cooperation from individuals who could speak about his relationship with Celeste. Prosecutors appear to be building a detailed timeline, and one key name that keeps coming up is his alleged former partner, Neo Langston. Neo posted on Instagram, "Thankfully, I'm legally fine in every way, and boy, do I got all my receipts for things." That message instantly got attention online, especially as older photos and videos of David and Neo started resurfacing, showing the two spending time together and adding more layers to the story. What makes this even bigger is the scale of the evidence investigators say they've collected. One investigator reportedly said prosecutors disclosed 40 terabytes of discovery in the case. That's an enormous amount of material, potentially including messages, digital records, cloud backups, and other files investigators believe could help map out the timeline of events and relationships connected to the case. On top of everything already in the case, more alleged evidence reportedly surfaced online, and it's adding even more attention to the investigation. Among the materials being discussed is a video that investigators say was recovered from David's iCloud account and is now being closely examined as part of the timeline. According to reports, investigators focused on details in the background of that video, including a picture frame they believe matches one found inside a private rental property, allegedly connected to David and Celeste.
Hey guys, I know I haven't posted on this account in a little minutes, but I just had some words to share with you for 2025. Despite all the craziness that's going on, all the turmoil, the natural disasters, the pain and things like that this year, I just wanted to tell you guys.
They also examined the metadata linked to the file, and sources say the timestamp reportedly matches the time frame investigators are closely reviewing in relation to Celeste's passing.
Not to be discouraged and not to lose hope and not to turn your face from God in these times of evil. And then it seems like it's the most insane start to a year that I've ever seen. But God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and love and a sound mind. So keep that sound mind, 2025. Stay prayed up.
In the video, David reportedly speaks about multiple losses and difficult moments happening in his life, which caught investigators' attention. After reviewing those statements, authorities reportedly noted they found no record of close family members or friends passing around that time, leading them to question whether he could have been referring to Celeste. That interpretation, however, remains part of the ongoing investigation and has not been proven in court. Federal investigators have also reportedly been digging deep into the timeline of David and Celeste's relationship before the alleged crime, including reviewing livestream footage where David appeared to publicly hint at the relationship for the first time.
Yo, wait.
Oh, look it. Answer that one. That's so mean if you don't answer
Which
that.
one? What's good, David? Big fan. What's about me? Oh, thank you. Mitchell.
I gotta stop with him if you even.
Are
We need to delete this.
Maz, can we delete all VODs? And then as soon as the stream ends, delete the stream too?
Investigators also pointed to clothing seen in past live streams as another detail they're reviewing. And one discovery raised even more questions. According to reports, a sweater Celeste was seen wearing during a Twitch live stream was later allegedly found inside David's private rental property, leading investigators to believe she may have spent significant time there. But then another detail made things even stranger. Authorities reportedly found a photo on David's phone showing Celeste wearing a designer ripped-style hoodie that appeared different from the one seen on stream. Online users quickly started comparing images, with one post reading, "Saw this on Reddit. Is the hoodie circled not the one Celeste is wearing in that picture?" Some claimed a similar hoodie could also be seen on the floor in a selfie David took in his bedroom, adding to speculation that the two may have shared personal space or belongings. As investigators reviewed more photos and personal items, they also reportedly found evidence that David and Celeste may have worn matching or connected Halloween costumes at one point. One post claimed, "David update, alleged photo of David wearing a similar wig to the one Celeste was wearing has surfaced online." That caught even more attention, because anime and cosplay were reportedly a huge part of David's public identity. David has openly spoken before about having an alter ego and imagining himself in fictional anime-style worlds, and investigators are now reviewing those statements as part of the broader picture.
Basically an agent of chaos and kind of my alter ego, and the story of the manga went like I was a detective and there was an evil version of myself that would kind of come out at random moments, kind of like Fight Club with Tyler Durden, and he would commit the crimes that I would have to solve as the detective. So like when I was as the detective, I'd be like solving that I'm committing myself, and it was like a cool little story. I didn't think anything would come of it, like it was in the vault.
Federal investigators also reportedly took notice of a viral online reaction that gained serious traction. One comment read, "There's hundreds of crimes that he could have used as an example when describing his alter ego, but he chooses to say that. I can't be the only one seeing how obvious this all is, right?" That reaction spread fast as people began connecting David's public statements to the growing investigation. According to prosecutors, one of the biggest issues for David may be that many of his actions left a visible trail. Investigators are also reviewing financial moves made while the case was unfolding, including reports that he hired a new legal team and transferred assets out of his name. Sources believe those transfers may have been part of an effort to protect assets ahead of legal action, and legal analysts say those kinds of moves can become an important part of the bigger picture once investigators start tracing finances.
Yeah, this is what's so puzzling about this. It is a very basic premise of law throughout the country that you can't transfer assets after the event happens that would otherwise trigger collecting on those assets. So we have rules in different states. Sometimes they're called fraudulent transfers. Sometimes they're called fraudulent conveyances. There's a lot of different names for them. But the crux of it is you cannot transfer assets.
Another move that caught attention was David's decision to retrieve the Tesla Celeste had reportedly been using before it was scheduled for auction.
Let me read you what Steve recently posted on X, okay? David's Tesla, the vehicle in which Celeste Rivas Hernandez was found, was held by LAPD for only 48 hours to process evidence. After that, it was returned to the impound lot for David to retrieve, which he had not done until today.
Just 48 hours before the vehicle was set to be sold off from the impound lot, David allegedly arranged for someone to pick it up and reclaim it. That last-minute move has raised major questions, with many wondering what was so important about getting that car back in time.
The Tesla was scheduled to go to auction tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., and I had planned to attend and inspect it. However, in the final hours before auction, David, or someone with power of attorney acting on his behalf, picked it up. When I checked last week, the storage fees were approximately $10,500 as the vehicle had been released and available for pickup since September 10th, before Celeste had been identified. I hope just the thought of that vehicle haunts David and anyone else that knew Celeste was in the trunk for the rest of their lives.
With new evidence, court filings, and witness accounts still unfolding, this case keeps getting deeper by the day. Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit like, subscribe, and share so you don't miss the next update as more details come out.